What's up? It's Mark Clark, and welcome to On the Mark. Today, sometimes the truth hurts. I'll be back after this. Welcome back to On the Mark. I am Mark Clark, and trainer Jillian Michaels a few weeks ago got into hot water when she basically said about Lizzo, recording artist Lizzo, why are we focusing on her weight? We should be focusing on her music. What does her weight have to do with anything? And if we are focusing on her weight, then we should be concerned about her weight. She's obese. Man, people were not happy about that at all. They came for Jillian Michaels. How dare you fat shame her? Why do you have to be negative? Why can't you put things in perspective? You're an ass. What are you talking about? She can be obese and fit at the same time. Okay, look. All right. Now, as a fat person, as an obese person, let's say this. First of all, we got to put everything in perspective, okay? You got to consider the source. Jillian Michaels is a fitness coach. She's in fact, a fitness expert. And as a friend, as a man who has many trainers as friends, let me tell you something. You do not want to ask trainers anything about being fat, obese, out of shape. I mean, you got to consider the source. I say this because I'll never forget it. One of my best friends, trainer, Stan Leroy, out of St. Louis. He's an amazing trainer. He's an amazing nutritionist. I remember one time I asked him, I said, Stan, what do you think about fat people? I said, when I say fat people, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? He said, lazy. Okay. I did not want to hear that, but you have to remember who this person is. This is a person who only eats fried chicken and pizza or whatever the bad food only once or twice a year. These are people who are dedicated to it. They are not just dedicated to it. They're living a lifestyle in total fitness. So do not ask a person whose job it is about obesity. You can argue and say all you want to say, as I've done in the past. Can somebody be obese and fit? Yeah, they can, but they're still obese. And so by being obese, you are in a state that is dangerous. The fat surrounds your organs, and it can cause many complications. The joint damage that you do when you have a huge frame is very few people really understand that. So don't ask somebody who's in this game or in that specific field about obesity, okay? And actually, what got lost in her comments, and I just downloaded Lizzo's music because I love her singles, but I got into her album. I got into her albums and her EPs. She's amazing. She's a rock star. She is, really, I can't wait to see her live in concert because it's going to translate into great performances, which we did see her on Saturday Night Live. But at the end of the day, she was asking that question. What are we talking about? Why is her weight more important than this great music that she's putting out? That's what she actually was saying, but it got lost because we're in such a culture that we hear something that we perceive as negative and we instantly start, oh, you fat shaming. Oh, you gay shaming. Oh, you bald shaming. Oh, you feet shaming. Oh, you're booty shaming. Everything's a shaming now as opposed to being able to hear what people are saying. And again, was she a little deaf and a little inappropriate, a little, callous in her? Maybe so. But at the end of the day, I think people missed what she was saying was, why is her weight more important than her music? Now, lastly, Lizzo, being smart, she did use her weight as a gimmick, okay? Through her pictures, through her activities, through her conversations, even in her music. So she did, if you lead with it, what do they say? If it bleeds, it leads. Well, sometimes if it leads, it may bleed. Because again, that's what people are going to be talking about. But it was purposeful because she did accomplish her goal. What was her goal? To get on. As amazing as she is musically, we're in an age, sadly, where the radio has a tough time figuring out what her brand is and where to fit her. Is she R&B? Is she soul? If that's the case, that's a hard climb. Is she rap? That's a hard climb. Is she rock and roll? So she basically made it about her image and tied the music, wrapped the music around the image. And so therefore we were always talking about Lizzo's weight because she was always either naked or had her booty out or something like that. And that created the energy to kind of get her in position. And she kind of, she tricked us, and it was a great move. She basically got us talking about her, and then she got our ear, and then the rest is history. And consequently, her album is one of the best albums of the year. It was one of the best albums of the years, and she's now set up to be a great artist. But she used her weight to get her in that door, but that same thing you use to get you through the door is the same thing that's going to get tore down, and that's just happened. So hope she has thick skin. And I can't wait to see her in concert. She's an amazing artist. She's a beautiful woman, and I wish her the very best. But again, like her song says, sometimes truth hurts. I am Mark Clark. Please share On the Mark, like On the Mark, dislike On the Mark, comment about On the Mark, tell your friends about On the Mark. Listen to Alice and the Mark every afternoon on WHUR 96.3 on your radio dial in DC or online. Also download the Allison and Mark app. That's very important. Do it now. Allison and Mark on iTunes and on Google Play and wherever you find your apps. Thank you so much. Peace.